Hello and welcome to another episode of Panzer Corps Grand Campaign, and it's time for Operation Weserübung. So let's see what the briefing has in store for us. Operation Weserübung, our preemptive invasion of Norway, has begun. All along the Norwegian coast, simultaneous naval and airborne operations are taking place, aimed at securing Norway against Allied intervention. Your first task is to secure the city of Oslo and the surrounding area to pave the way for an inland advance. Several ships of the Krriegsmarine have been placed under your disposal to assist in this operation. But we received urgent communications from KMS Blücher that she is trapped by naval mines and under heavy fire from Norwegian shore batteries. If at all possible, you must save KMS Blücher by silencing the guns of the Oscarsborg. Advance swiftly, Herr General. Thousands of lives are at stake. Yeah, we'll try that. And here's our first tank. That's great. So now the question is, are we allowed to use that? Because there apparently were not many tanks in Norway. But for now, let's take a look. We have a lot of new equipment available, and I will tackle the resupply phase and the purchases a little bit later, because first we have to think about the map. Hi Lieutenant Joker. It's, well, apparently rather easy, but I'm not sure about that. Very often very easy maps, well, are not that easy at all, but it's more like there's some kind of magic bullet, and once you do this certain thing it becomes really easy. But if you don't do it, it might not be that easy. So let's see. We have two targets very far to the north. Oslo itself, that's located pretty far to the north as well. Here's the fortress itself, and yeah, Larvik, I think taking the port should be relatively easy. And there are several options. Here. Obviously we are going to unload where we are already controlling the port, and we could send a strike force upwards the eastern island, take Oscarsborg in the process. We definitely have to take it anyways, and we can't get there by sea, so there's only the option to take it out from the north, which could be easier. The way that is the layout is looking here with the trenches. Hi Raycaster. We'll see. But I definitely have to think about that. And especially Oscarsborg is a big unknown. It's safe to assume there will be another fortress location at this victory hex here, but there are 3 more trenches called Oscarsborg, so there could be 3 more fortress locations here. That makes 5 fortresses, and yeah, that could be pretty bad. We were given 2 Fallschirmjägers, so landing them at the Oscarsborg could be pretty stupid. They would achieve nothing here. So an option will be to send them upward and already attack Jesheim. That's something we can do. Hi Nobivan. And yeah, we only have 14 turns, so that's not a lot, and there's a lot of ground to cover. So sending the Fallschirmjägers upwards might be a decent thing to do. Don't expect British ships at this point of time, but they could show up, you never know, and there could be a little bit of an air force here, but we have no real information. So let's see. We have the opportunity to build, well, to replace some of our units. For example, this Wehrmacht infantry is already nearing its maximum experience. This one is totally maxed out. So we can leave some of those at home and begin to train up new units. And we can only deploy 17 units. That's not a lot. So let's get going. And let's do normal replacements. It hurts to bring down Ole Deer back again, but it's no use having sit him at 225 experience. He is maxed out, so he will regain his experience pretty quickly. So that's it. That's it. Yeah, this infantry unit also hurts, barely staying at 1 star. But we will bring him again and he will have to train up again. Then we have a Panzer 3 here now. That's nice. The scout doesn't matter too much. Yeah, we are only allowed 3 pieces of artillery, so not really a difference. We could bring the captured gun just because it's not at 2 stars, so we might give that one a chance. Bring our air force back to full strength, and yeah, we could consider overstrength for our level bomber, especially to hammer the fortress, but yeah, it's risky as well. So what I want to do here is definitely buy a new level bomber here, a strategic bomber here. We now have the Junkers available, and that's a big improvement, so let's do that. The rest of my air force I think is alright. And then I think I will simply start deploying, because I honestly not too sure what to do here. So let's see. We need the fighters to escort the units we have around here. Don't expect any fighter resistance because there's no airfields in this area. So the resistance will be concentrated more around Oscarsborg, I think. But we have to be careful. It's very, very likely that there's anti-aircraft guns in the area. Then we will bring, I guess, at least our new level bomber and the second one as well, just because there could be ships somewhere. And they're always useful to double up as artillery. And we'll bring our Stuka just to be able to finish off this fortress hexes once they're suppressed. So one consideration is to bring that one to overstrength, but we can do that later. Then we have the option to put down some units around here, but I will not do that for the moment because I want to find out what we can do around here. So we definitely want a scout to the ground already. And this is going to take a little bit of time, so I hope you enjoyed those considerations, otherwise you have to skip this part of the video. Because it's not that easy, it's a naval landing, and yeah, a lot of different considerations are important. So I definitely want all the deer on the ground. He can already do something. Then we have to take a look. There's a lot of forest. So I think taking away the tracks from our Gebirgsjäger is not worth it. Then let's see. Those two are maxed out, so we will bring the other ones. The Pioneer we might replace as well. So let's send the SE unit in here. I want artillery in place, just to be able to get going quickly. I want my weaker tank. I want my SE tank, obviously. I want at least one piece of artillery for support. And then we can still deploy 6 units. So that's not a lot, actually. We could have problems landing here. The coastline could be packed. So let's see. Tank. I think one more infantry to this side. We have deployed all of our tanks. We have deployed all the artillery we are allowed. Anti-tank cannon is a consideration, but maybe not too many targets. Let's see what we can still deploy. So I want one Pioneer. We'll try to blow something up on this side. And I think I want heavy infantry already. We can land from this side. So now we can deploy 3 more units. That's actually quite a bit. The 88 might be helpful. So let's put it down on this side. We might decide to land it, and we'll put down, I think he's called Lent. He is perfect because he has a lot of initiative to finish off enemy fighters and to do some effective strafing runs. And then one more unit to go. So we are now very heavy on infantry, but I think that's appropriate around here. But just to gain more experience, let's drop down our anti-tank, and we might be able to get some shots in. So that's it. That's the deployment I'm going to go with. Hope that's working out. We've deployed basically the least experienced units we have, assuming that it will be easy. So let's go in. Let's double check. We have still a lot of experience left, prestige left, but I don't think it's useful to do something more. Well, it's cloudy. That's never good to see. And one thing we could have done is buy another scout. The other type of scout we have now available has all-terrain movement, and that's a lot better. But I think we have enough roads for the moment, so this one will be fine. he still can't get experience. So let's see. First thing we need is information. And those things have a range of 3. So no matter what's going on here, I think we can move pretty much out of range with the Blücher. And this puny gun I don't think will be able to hurt us a lot. And this destroyer might be doomed anyways, so let's at least get some information. Yeah, that's almost as bad as I expected. Might be 4 coastal batteries around here. But priority will be to get down those 2 because they can hit the Blücher. The big one actually is not dangerous. And it's almost completely suppressed, so we could already run into there, and there doesn't seem to be anti-aircraft cannons in the area. That's good to know, but I still want to think about fighter traps, and I want to do some scouting in this area because then I know if I can safely land or not. Other than that, let's get some information going and send in our ships to get some pot shots. All that here is completely ridiculously overpowered. Let's get more scouting info. Anti-aircraft cannon spotted. I think best thing for now will be to immediately get rid of it. And in the process gain some intel. So let's see. Do I want to waste the shot from the Leipzig? Actually, it might be fine to send in a land guy and clean up. Then the Leipzig can do a little bit of suppression. We'll send in all the deer. And not quite finish up the artillery piece, but that shouldn't matter too much. But now the situation is under control. The Norwegian infantry, let's take a look. Yeah, it's a little bit better than the Polish infantry, but not much. And yeah, the Fallschirmjägers are questionable. Let's see. Let's assume there's a fortress location here. 1, 2, 3. It has a vision range of 3. So they would see around here. There might be infantry in here. So that extends the vision range beyond that. So let's try to bait them with our Fallschirmjägers, but it actually might not be possible to bait them. because our defending fighter will be in vision range. No way I can put him to prevent that. We can hope there's no infantry in here, so that might, we are pretty much spotted. Doesn't matter. So let's try to keep our ship safe. That's the best thing we can do. The gun. They could storm out of here, so let's be a little bit careful. And there could be coastal defense ships or something like that. It's not very likely, but it could happen. I think I will risk the non-core fighter bomber just to test the waters and see if there's something around here that might attract fighters, and it will definitely attract anti-aircraft fire if something is in the area. So we'll keep ourselves protected, that's obvious. We'll try to protect everything around here. Bombard them. And should have moved the fighter a little bit upwards. Now there's nothing I can safely hit. So I'll go for this target. So then, landing operation. If this Norwegian... The Grenadier still has no experience, so I think it's a good idea to put him to the front. And then we'll simply try to land here. Keep them blocked so that we can safely advance our artillery, and then we should be ready to go. Yeah, that's the first turn. Took a little while, but it's a rather complex map, to be honest. So let's see what they can throw at us. Okay, he did go for the ship. Missed. So the Blücher is fine for now. And I hope that will stay that way. It's still cloudy, so we have a little bit of a disadvantage. But now at least we can disembark. We should be completely out of vision now. There don't seem to be any anti-aircraft cannons in the area. One could be around here, so we'll stay away from that. And this is a fighter. And I think I will try to eliminate the second one. If their strength level goes down, they are no longer a threat for the Blücher. Then let's see. That should be a safe spot. Bring in land. And that's one aircraft down. Hopefully that was all of them. And we have to stay out of range of them. So let's see. I think it's a good idea to leapfrog our at least one of our Fallschirmjäger forward. I might want to use one of them to support the attack on those targets. We can always stay out of range of the thing or wait till we have more information. And information is key here, so we will send in our Schnellboot. And try to quickly eliminate the resistance. So let's see. Landing operation. I think it's more important to immediately take the port. They are pretty entrenched. It's not possible to force a surrender at the moment. Can already force him out of here. That way it will be easier to take him down. And I will consolidate my air force later. I simply have to guard them. And I think it's fine to advance like that. Let's see. There's no anti-aircraft cannon. It would have fired already. So I think I will try to build up a defensive layout in the north. And work on digging them out. At the same time, I want to keep my big ships out of vision range, so nothing bad can happen here. So that's fine. If he wants to attack, he will have a very bad day. This is fine. Don't think we need that ship anymore. And with the support of those two ships, I think it's safe to high gravity shadow, pull forward our Fallschirmjägers and try to take out one of the targets in the back already. I'm a little bit worried about time here. Yeah, now at least we see something. So clouds are now away. And we can try to force a surrender. I don't know if it's worth much, but better than nothing. Sending forward all that year already is not extremely useful. So that's done. Maybe he will attack out of here. level bomb first, attack, and then the heavy infantry works wonders. We'll use the tank to finish him off when he comes out of the city. Grab it, and yeah, those two targets. There's an airfield there, but other than that there's nothing I want, so I will consider that. But for now it's more important to get my units moving. I don't expect fierce counterattacks to happen. And this Norwegian infantry, I don't know if they newly bought that. But we'll definitely try to get rid. Oh, for the moment we still have enough fuel. So we can try to do some scouting, and it would be very easy to take them. So that's something we have to consider. So first one down. Level bomber not in range. Stuka not really in range, so let's try to dig them out and hit what we can actually hit. Yeah, let's keep it in anti-aircraft mode. One, two, three, so we should be safe here. Main thing is I want an area where I can set up my artillery. That's mainly about getting experience. Then let's see what we want to protect. Now it's an option to actually drop the Fallschirmjägers and take out those fortresses. But I think we might as well keep doing what we're doing. It's pretty successful. And I like to get a closer look at the background here. I think that's more valuable in the end. So, where are vulnerable elements of my Air Force? We can stay as is, and I want the airfield pretty soon. We'll stay as is, we can still retreat. And try to keep the entrenchment there. That's the only purpose here. Yeah, that's it. Let's end the turn. Not much happened, but we did not make a lot of progress either. So let's see. That's actually a perfect job for Ole Deer. Let's send him to take them out alone. The other things I think we can pretty much get rid of our own. So Blücher, go for it. That's already completely suppressed. And now those are a little bit vulnerable, but I think I will... There's no sign of an enemy air force at the moment, and by now I think they should have arrived on the scene. So we'll keep digging them out. Try to break down the resistance. And did not quite get him. But for now I think that's fine, we'll just drive them back. We stay out of range and they will move forward and attack us. It's not always very smart to do it like that. Most of the time it's better to not attack them and wait until they get destroyed. But I think it's fine. So he will get forced out. Well, not quite. But now we are good to go. We still have the Stuka. Not much use. We definitely need an airfield soon. Then we'll drop down the Fallschirmjägers. Hopefully not get blown away too far. That's fine, maybe we'll lure the mountain units out. But that's good. Let's end the turn. Turn 5. Now the Blücher should be safe, so first mission accomplished. And Oladir definitely needs to grab the airfield, otherwise it will get really painful really soon. So now let's see what our level bomber can do. Not much, but we have a second one. Couldn't do much either. But maybe in combination with the Blücher we can take him out next turn. So let's see. I think we'll let them go into the city again, because it's not safe for me to attack at the moment. But I can assist with this attack at least. Well, the tanks have to do something sooner or later. So let's go for it. But there's not a ton of resistance. We have to stay out of range of this turret. Other than that, that's fine. So that's good. And now the port is open, so our ships actually can go inward. Another infantry down. Defenses should hold. They didn't try to attack. That's already taking care of one of the victory axes in the back. That's a big relief because, yeah, fighting through here is actually tedious work. And the focus should be on not taking too much damage. Turn 6, that's fine. He moved forward. That's very nice of him. And barely out of range. He can't do anything either. But I want to know if this airfield is empty. Nope, it's not. But since it's a non-core unit, I think it's worth preventing damage on Grenadier. And I will actually send my scout just to be able to take them out quicker. So, no unit is actually in range to do something useful. So we'll just have to go for it with level bombers again. And the artillery did the job. So now, next turn, we can actually try to grab this airfield. And help out with the fortifications. So that's looking good. The anti-tank cannon is practically worthless in this scenario. But oh well, we can at least fire a shot over there. And it might actually be quicker to, yeah, land them by ship again. So, Air Force. No targets left. And I guess I will take a look at the other target. Nothing else we can do, so let's end the turn again. Oscarsborg still doing some amount of damage. They didn't seem to be very aggressive, so I think it's fine that way. Finally an airfield. Worth supporting the attack with the Air Force from the north. There's nothing in here anyways, so there was no reason to worry. What's the best fighter? Yeah, Oscarsborg is now out of ammo, so we can totally divert the attack. Let's make sure to block this victory hex. That would be a tremendous fail. But I think we can make some use of the anti-tank cannon at least by blowing up those bunkers. So let's see. Well, the Norwegian units are not having a lot of fun here. That much is clear, but we still have to get Oslo. So let's not be overconfident. This should be safe to bomb. Other than that, there are no more targets. So let's grab fuel. Get the visual information. And then I think it's time for a first break. So far, it has been easier than anticipated, but still fun to do it. We are a little bit pressed for time still. We have 7 turns left. There's a Norwegian mountain infantry in there. They are a lot better than their normal counterparts. But I think in conjunction with the Air Force, I should be able to take it out. At least the Fallschirmjägers will do it. And Oslo, we are closing in rapidly. The Oscarsborg complex is pretty much doomed already. So worked well. And well, short break, I will see you.